18.1 Goddess of the Underworld, Hel, a central figure in Norse mythology, reigns over the realm of the dead known as Helheim. Born from the union of Loki, the trickster god, and the giantess Angerboda, Hel embodies the duality of life and death within Norse cosmology. Origins and attributes. Hel was cast by Odin into Niflheim, a dark and misty realm beneath the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. Here, she presides over souls who did not die gloriously in battle, such as those who succumb to sickness or old age. Hel is often depicted with a dual appearance. One side of her body is described as living and beautiful, while the other is decayed and lifeless. This dualism symbolizes her dominion over both the living and the dead, marking her as a liminal figure between realms. Domain and role. Helheim, also called Hel, is one of the 9 worlds in Norse mythology. It is a somber place guarded by the fierce dog Garmr and surrounded by high walls. Souls enter Helheim by crossing the river Gjoll and passing the bridge Gjallarbrú, guarded by the giantess Modgud. Hel ensures that those who enter her realm remain there, overseeing their afterlife with a stern but just hand. Literary sources and cultural significance. Hel's story is primarily recounted in the Prose Edda by Snorri Sturluson, where her authority over the underworld and its 9 worlds is detailed. She is portrayed as a powerful figure, possessing great possessions and ruling over a realm that is both daunting and inevitable. Hel's depiction underscores the Norse acceptance of death as a natural part of existence, emphasizing the importance of deeds and honor in shaping one's afterlife destination. Modern influence. Hel's character has permeated modern culture through various forms of media, including literature, films, and video games. Her complex nature and role as a guardian of the dead continue to captivate audiences, offering a glimpse into Norse beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife. She remains a compelling figure, reflecting themes of mortality and the enduring legacy of Norse mythology in contemporary storytelling. Conclusion. As the goddess of the underworld, Hel stands as a pivotal deity in Norse mythology, embodying themes of death, justice, and the cycle of life. Her realm, Helheim, provides a necessary counterpart to the heroic afterlife of Valhalla, illustrating the Norse understanding of the diverse fates awaiting souls after death. Hel's enduring presence in myth and modern culture underscores her significance as a guardian of the dead and a symbol of the natural order within the Norse cosmos. 2. Ideas of the afterlife. Norse mythology presents a detailed and intricate perspective on the afterlife, where the destiny of the soul is intricately tied to the manner of death and one's actions during life. The myths outline various realms for the departed, each governed by distinct rules and conditions. This elaborate cosmology mirrors Norse beliefs concerning honor, justice, and the perpetual struggle between order and chaos. The realm of Hel, the goddess of the underworld, rules over a realm that bears her name. This domain is not inherently a place of torment, but rather a dim and chilly residence for those who did not perish in battle. Known as Helheim, her kingdom is depicted as a bleak and desolate place. Despite its somber appearance, it offers a state of negative bliss for the innocent, an existence devoid of the hardships of the living world, yet lacking in joy or glory. The Norse people, who esteemed honor and courage, often dreaded the idea of ending up in Hel's dreary abode. To evade such a fate, they preferred valiant deaths. Men would sometimes resort to self-inflicted wounds, hurling themselves off cliffs, or ensuring they were cremated before their final breath departed their bodies. Likewise, women would perform dramatic acts to ensure they joined their loved ones in the afterlife, including leaping from mountains or falling upon swords provided to them at marriage, ensuring they were burned alongside their husbands and thus reunited in the afterlife. Nastrand, the strand of corpses. For those whose lives were tainted by criminal or impure deeds, a far grimmer fate awaited them in Nastrand, also known as the strand of corpses. Nastrand is portrayed as a dreadful place where sinners endure ceaseless suffering. Here they traverse icy streams of venom in a cave constructed from serpents' bodies, their fangs perpetually dripping poison. This chilling imagery underscores the Norse belief in retribution for those who transgressed moral codes. At the end of these trials lies the cauldron Vergelmir, where the serpent Nidhogr, ceases gnawing at the roots of the world tree Yggdrasil to consume the bones of the damned. This cycle of torment illustrates the relentless and inescapable nature of punishment for evildoers. The poetic Edda encapsulates the essence of Nastrond and its gruesome torments. A hall standing far from the sun in Nastrond. Its doors are northward turned, venom drops fall in through its apertures. Entwined is that hall with serpents' backs. She there saw wadding the sluggish streams, bloodthirsty men, and perjurers, and him who the ear beguiles of another's wife. There Nidhogg sucks the corpses of the dead. Salmon's Edda, translation by Benjamin Thorpe. The Norse afterlife and its moral implications. Norse beliefs about the afterlife were deeply interwoven with their values and ethics. The fear of a dull and joyless existence in hell, or the prospect of suffering in Nastrond, motivated the Norse people to pursue honor and bravery. Conversely, the promise of joining the gods in Valhalla, or Folkvanger, the field of the goddess Freya, where half of those who die in battle go, provided a compelling incentive to live courageously and die heroically. These vivid and often stark depictions of the afterlife served as a moral compass for the Norse people, guiding their conduct and shaping their conception of justice and retribution. The afterlife was not merely a reflection of one's deeds, but also a testament to the enduring values of their culture. Conclusion. The Norse depiction of the afterlife is a tapestry of intricate and contrasting realms, each reflecting different facets of their worldview. From the solemnity of hell to the horrors of Nastrond, these mythological destinations underscore the Norse emphasis on honor, bravery, and moral integrity. The rich and evocative imagery of these afterlife realms continues to captivate and inform our understanding of Norse culture and its lasting legacy. 3. Pestilence and famine in Norse mythology. In Norse mythology, Hel, the formidable goddess of the underworld, transcends her role as ruler of the dead to become an ominous harbinger of calamity on Earth, particularly during times of pestilence and famine. Hel's departure from Helheim. Hel is depicted as leaving her dark domain in Niflheim astride a spectral three-legged white horse. This imagery underscores her potent and malevolent influence over the mortal realm. Accounts describe Hel carrying a rake or a broom during these journeys, each symbolizing different outcomes for those she encounters. The rake and the broom. When Hel wields a rake, it suggests that some individuals may survive the calamity she brings, much like a rake allows some grains to pass through its tines. Conversely, when she brandishes a broom, it signifies total devastation, sweeping away entire communities without mercy. This allegory became profoundly resonant during historical events such as the Black Death, where Hel's broom came to symbolize the sweeping and merciless nature of the plague. The influence of emotions on the dead. In Norse belief, the departed are not cut off from the living, but remain deeply connected to them, particularly through emotional ties. The spirits of the deceased could return to communicate with their loved ones, their experiences in the afterlife shaped by the emotions of those they left behind. The Ballad of Ager and Else. This Danish ballad, as translated by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, poignantly illustrates the interaction between the living and the dead. Sir Ager's condition in the grave reflects Else's emotional state. Joy lines his grave with roses, while sorrow fills it with black and loathsome blood. This narrative underscores the Norse view of death not as finality, but as an ongoing relationship between the mortal and spiritual realms. Norse views on natural calamities. The Norse interpretation of natural disasters like pestilence and famine is steeped in mythology, where divine figures like Hel personify the forces behind such catastrophes. These myths serve not only to explain the inexplicable, but also to impart moral lessons about the interconnectedness of life, death, and human emotions. Symbolism and moral lessons. Stories of Hel's visits during calamities provide a framework for understanding life's hardships and resilience. They emphasize the profound links between the living and the dead, highlighting how emotions shape both realms and influence their interactions. Conclusion. Hel's role as a bringer of pestilence and famine, combined with the enduring connection between the living and the dead in Norse mythology, underscores the depth and complexity of their worldview. These narratives, rich in symbolism and allegory, offer insights into how Norse culture grappled with natural calamities and sought meaning in the face of adversity. They depict a society attuned to the supernatural forces at play in the world, using myth to navigate and make sense of life's most profound challenges.